Hello, and welcome to the Wildgrown Chapel of Julianos. Um, this is part of my continuing adventures on the PTS server. There are two new houses on the PTS. Um, this is the larger of the two, and this is in Westfield, down here in the Wildgrown area. So the whole idea of this original idea of this house is that the trees have grown up and pushed these pieces of land, including some structures, way up into the sky, and that's your home. It's actually this little circular thing. So you've got this initial area where you come in. You've got one little sort of up the bridge, and then to this little plot of land. It's got a little fence on it and a tree, and then up another one of their little grown bridges, and then you've got the temple up here, and down the last one back to where you started. Um, because of what it was, because of the theme, I totally wanted to go all in on the idea that it had grown up some Ayleid ruins, following along with the whole storyline and theme of this. That one of the fancies himself, a descendant of the Ayleids wood elves, um, perhaps a princeling, decided to live in this Ayleid ruin that had grown up and with his wood elf followers. And so originally my plan was just to make this an Ayleid ruin and make a really fancy part of it he lived in, and then, wood elf out the rest of it. But once I started building, I realized that there were brand new high elf structural furnishings. And yeah, those had to be used. I had to use those. I had to make them part of this build, and show off what they could do. So yeah, we the plans changed a little bit. It's still basically that theme, but now with a much more high elf furnishing, which kind of also goes along. So check it out. We now have Sunsport, Sunport. Sorry, there shouldn't be a second S there. Sunport doorways, walls. There's floors. I'll show you more once we get inside. So I made the structure partially out of those so that I could show off the new furnishings as part of this build. It did kind of waylay what I was originally going to build, but that's okay. So one of his little wood elf followers here, peons, his little wood elf peons. No, he wouldn't go from that. Then they may not follow him. Nice little house. Yeah, I know this is very similar to some other ideas I have done, but this was such a perfect location for it. I couldn't not. Okay, let's go inside. Really hoping we get more Sunport structural furnishings, because I would love outside walls and such as well. Love to be able to build more, but still excited just to have these. So built him a pretty house here. And this is one of the things I was most excited about. Check out the stairway. Like, this is one big, beautiful, curving furnishing. I just wish they'd given us some curved walls to go along with it, and not just straight walls. That would have made life easier, but that's okay. I stuck the fireplace in there, so it kind of looks more like a solid center unit instead of just this random naked stairway. So we've got the kitchen. dining room. And yeah, all of the grates, Ayleid grates are stolen from the surroundings to use in this build, of course. I wanted originally that was my plan. I was going to use them as windows, so we kind of still went with it. And it's still the idea that it's been grown up and pushed up here, so the big trees. So if we go out this door, got part of our little wood elf village out here, and clearly this is part that the owner of the house really uses. Little outdoor seating area here with the fire, nice and warm, plus two little, obviously high-ranking wood elves get to live right here up against the house. I really been all in on the theme. Did you know you can sit on the side of these benches? I did not know you could sit on the side of them till I accidentally did it. Okay, back inside. So hidden back here, we have a little study area. Beautiful view. And here we have a little meeting area with appropriate seating for various guests. Little gaming table. The fancies himself an Ayleid Prince that lives here. Also lives with another, I'm not sure, maybe sibling or something. I haven't decided yet, but there are 2 bedrooms, so. Down here we have a little, I didn't know what to do with this space. Let's just shove stuff in it. This looks good, right? I don't even know what you'd use that area for. So here's the smaller of the 2 bedrooms. I think this one has better views. Down here we have our own little private sort of living room area and study. My cat wants in on this video. And then here's the larger of the 2 bedrooms. Bathing area. Good view there. See, not as good views in this one, but it is much larger. So, fair trade, right? Okay, now back outside to show you the rest of the build. Oh, yeah, the other path to that little study area here. That's got a pretty view. So you can get around this side, but I didn't actually do much with this space. I just kind of wanted to leave it a little open and pretty So it could be a good view out the windows. So nobody living right there. I tried to give all of the little wood elf homes a little bit of privacy, especially since they're not fully closed off. Oh, and of course, he's got to have a throne. I know this is a Druid King's throne and not a Wood Elf one, but I've always thought it works better with the Wood Elf stuff. His fancy throne, where he can meet his peons. I mean, followers. So over here we have our little, basically Wood Elf village area with our main meeting tent, a bunch of little areas to gather and eat and do work. It's one of their sleeping tents. Here's the main gathering working tent. They've evidently had some successful hunts. Although, honestly, you gotta wonder. So, if the forest pushed the land up like that and really made this crazy 2 levels where the original ground is really far below, and now there's bits of ground that have been pushed up into the air into this massive mess, where are the animals? Like, the deer? Are they pushed up into the air too? Did they end up staying on the ground level? Where do you go to hunt them? It seems like it would be very difficult for them to establish normal life patterns with all of that chaos going on. So, I'm not sure where they got those deer, but we'll roll with it. Another little tent there. Of course, there's a little water feature here. Got their own little beehive for honey. Another tent hidden back here. Gonna end up in the water. Yep. Oh, her shoes are all wet. Oh no. Okay. And the last little dwelling, hidden up here, trying to grow another one of their homes. Eventually, they'd have all of them grown, and this would be a very cozy little village. But for now, everybody's stuck in little mini homes. Or half-built ones without very good rain protection. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tour of my crazy build. I had way too much fun doing it. And before I launch out of here and go on to the next one, I wanted to take you around and show you a little better glimpse of outside my build what this place originally looked like. So we're going to come up here so you can see this is, yeah, pushed way up into the sky. Look at how high up we are. There's another house over there, all pulled up, yanked up, and more ruins. So this part is the actual chapel. And it has a really cool feature that I've left on. So when you come in and you pray at the shrine back there, this really cool feature shows up. Isn't that cool? I've been putting a lot of these into their recent homes. This is the main reason I wanted to tour outside of my pre-built stuff. So when you come in, it's all just quiet like this. And yeah. Prayer. And you get the cool effect. And of course, this area is still partially standing, so it could be used, decorated. If you purchase this decorated, they have this area semi-decorated, like the wood elves are using it to live in. It's a bit unsheltered for my taste. Again, we got some little partial roofs left here, but it's a bit nakedy. Whee! Okay. Take a little run real quick. And yeah, I threw some willow trees to hide so you couldn't necessarily see it from inside my ruin, and then stuck some pretties up here at the top so that it would hide this from inside of it. And then of course I'm showing you. Okay, and this is the original structure, original house. It kind of comes with this. And I've totally blocked it off here. But it's just this little front porch. It's a cute little building. I'm just, as usual, my frustration with you can't see out any of the windows. So the view is useless. I mean, you can't see out them. So one big room down here. The fireplace. And then this is all the way up to the ceiling. See the wild roots have grown through. And then going upstairs. Got this balcony area and a couple rooms. This one's pretty big. So I'm guessing you'd use these as like bedrooms. And this little weird, it's not, why is it partitioned off? I'm not sure, but so that is the original building. And look, and I hope you can see my inspiration for what I built. Let's go back out. So this is the first of two. I have another one to show you. Ironically, the other one is not in Westfield, but is still Colovian, which is just kind of funny. I'm not sure why they gave us two Colovian houses and then didn't have them both in the Westfield. And you can see how far I have extended that platform over there. It is supposed to be much smaller, and I have built it out over nothing to really make it big enough to be imposing and fit all those crazy Ayleid wells that I shoved into it. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this tour, and as I said, I've got one more house to show you. So stick around, there should be another video shortly. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope this gave you some crazy inspiration for when this house comes out on the real server. Okay, catch you guys next time.